Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll begin from chapter 11, reading Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, entitled The Universal Form, Virat Rupa. Right. Slow, so maybe it's lagging. Still you can hear me, right?
It's breaking now, Prabhuji.
Maybe I'll turn off my video. Any better?
Sorry, Prabhu, no.
Maybe you read that. Maybe Krishna has a different plan. You and maybe Mataji or Vijaya Mataji, and you read.
Sure, Prabhuji. Sorry, but thank you. Yeah.
You can read the first 20 verses since you're doing it together. Please.
Next one. Arjun Vacha Madananuggrahaya Param Guhyam Madhyamatma Sangnitam Yatva Yoktam Vachastena Moho Ayam Vigato Mama.
Translation. Arjuna said, by my hearing in the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Bhavayayo hi bhutanam sruto vistarasho maya tatvatah kamala patraksha mahyatmam api chavyayam.
Translation. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Evam etad thatha tvat atmanam parameshvara drashtum ichhami te rupam ishvaram purushottam.
Translation. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, through Prabhuji, I'm a little bit scroll. Yeah. Though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that forms of yours. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Text 4. Manyase yadi tat svakyam maya drashtum iti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayam atmana vyayam.
Translation. If you think I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me the unlimited universal self. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Text 5. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Pasye me partha rupani sata sotha sahasrasha nana vidhani divyani nana varna krutini cha.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pratha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine and multicolored forms. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Text 6. Pasyaditya surudvanishvino maruta tatha bahudrashta purnani pashyam aryani bharata.
Translation. O best of Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Text 7. Ihe kastham jagat krushnam pasyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yacha anya drashtum ichhasi.
Translation. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. The universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. Hare Krishna.
Text 8. Natu mam sakyase drashtum anenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pasya me yogeshva ishwaram.
Translation. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Hare Krishna.
Text 9. Sanjay Vacha Evam Mukta Tato Rajyan Mahayogeshwaro Hari Darshayamāsa Parthaya Param Rupam Ishwaram.
Translation.
Sanjaya said, O king, have spoken thus the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna.
Hare Krishna.
Text 10 and 11. Aneka Vaktram Nayano Aneka Drastum Darshanam Aneka Divya Bharanam Divya Aneko Tayudham Divyam Alyam Ambadharam Divyam Gandhanulepanam Sarvascharyamayam Devam Anantam Visvatomukham.
Translation. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mounts, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Vijay Mataji, is my voice audible now?
Yeah, it's better.
Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yuga Pad Utthita Yadi Bhaha Sadrashi Sasyad Bhasas Tasya Mahatmanaha. If hundreds of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in that universal form. Tatraikastham jagat krishnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashya deva devasya sharire pandavastatha tada. At that time Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Tataha sa vismaya vishto Rishtaroma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasadevam Kritanjalir Abhashata. Then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisance and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. Arjuna uvacha pashyami devam stava deva deha sarvam statha bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmanamisham kalmashanastham kamalasana stham rishimscha sarvan ugramscha divyan. Arjuna said, My dear Lord Krishna, I see assemble in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva, and all the sages and divine serpents. Aneka bahudara vaktranetram pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami vishvara vishvarupa. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expand everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rashim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam durnikshayam samantad deeptan nalarkadyutim aprameyam. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence spreading on all sides, like blazing fire of the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam Tvam asya vishwasya param nidhanam Tvam avyayah shashvata dharma gupta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. You are the supreme primeval objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Anadi madhyantam ananta viryam ananta bahum shashisurya netram pashyami tvam deepta hutasa vaktram swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and the moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your radiance. Dvayava prithiviyor idam antaram hi vyaptam dvayekena dishascha sarva drishtva dabhutam rupam ugratavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatman. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all the space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Hare Krishna. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, you want to read, please?
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Kṛṣṇa devotees, downward pranam, all Guruji Śrīla Prabhupada. Text sloka 21. Omihitang surasanga vishanti kechit vita pranjalayo vinanti swasti itukta maharshi siddha sangha stavanti tang stutibhi pushkalabhi. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Text 22. Rudradita Vasave Jecha Shadha Vishya Hoshino Moruto Shoshma Shmospasho Gandharva Jagga Jakashu Siddha Sangha Vikhante Tang Vishmita Shoigo Shargoi. All the various manifestations of the Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Boshus, the Shadhas, the Vishya Vedabhas, the two Oshis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfect demigods are beholding you in wonder. Text 23. Rupam hate bahu bhaktrang netram mahabahu bahu bahu urupadam Buhudarang Buhudrangsta Karalam Drishta Loka Pravithastashthatha Aham. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Text 24. Navosprisham diptam anek varnam vyatho ananam dipto vishalo netram drishta hitang pravethito antaratma dritino bindami samangcha Vishnu. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Text 25. Dangsta kolani chote mukhani dishtoibo kalonal shunni bhani dishono jane na labhecho sharmo prasido devisho jagan nibas. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. Text 26, 27. Omicho tang drito rashtrasya putra sarvoi sarvoi avani palo sanghui vishwadrono shuta putrasya tatha shau saha asmo diyoiro opi jodo mukhui Bhaktrani te taramana vishanti dangsha kalani bhayankani kechit bilagna dasanantareshu sangvishante chunni toiro uttamangoi. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. Text 28. Jatha nadinang bhavo ombu bega samudramevo abhimukha dravanti tatha tavavi naraloko vira vishanti bhaktrani abhivijjalanti. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. Text 29. Jathapadittam jalanam patanga vishanti nashayo samriddha vega tataivo nashayo vishanti loka tavavi bhaktani samriddha vega. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. Text 30. Leli hosyo grashamano samantat lokan samagran vadonoi jalanti tejurbhi apurjo jagat samagrang vasastava prapatipanti Vishnu. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays. Back to Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes, Sheetal Mataji, you want to read, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna devotees. Akhyahi me ko bhavan ugra rupo namostute te deva vara prasida vidnyanatu michhami bhavantam madhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittam. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kalo Asmi Lokakshay Krit Pravratto Lokan Samahurtam Iha Pravrattaha Riteyapi Tvana Bhavishyanti Sarve ye avastitha pratyanikeshu yodha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Time I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all soldiers here on both sides will be slain." Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhunakshva rajyam samriddham maye vaita nihata purvameva nimitta matram bhava-savyasachin. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Text 34. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadratham cha karnam tatha yanapi yodha viran maya hatam stvam jahi ma vyatishta yudhyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. Translation: Drona, Bhishma, Jayadrath, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Text 35. Sanjay Uvacha Etach Chutritva Vachanam Keshavasya Kritan Jalir Vepa Manaha Kirita Namaskritva Bhuya Evaham Krishna Sa Gada Gadam Bhita Pranamya. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, "O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in faltering voice as follows. Arjuna vacha sthane rishikesha tava prakirtya jagat. Prabhuji, can you scroll up a little bit, please? Jagat praharshate anurajayate cha raksha sasmi bhitani disho dravanti sarve namashyanti cha siddhi sangaha. Arjuna said, "O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done." Text 37. Kasmacha te na nameran mahatman gariyashe brahmano api adik kartre ananta devesha jagannivasa tvamaksharam sad asat tat param yat. O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refugee of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Text 38. Tvam adi devah purusha puranas tvam asya vishvasya param nidhanam vetashri vedyam cha param cha dhama tvaya tatam vishvam anantarupa. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refugee above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Text 39. Vayur yamo agnir varuna shashankaha prajapatistvam prapitamahascha namo namaste astu sahasra kritva punascha bhuyo api namo namaste. Translation: You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, yet again. Text 40. Namaha Purustad Atha Prishtha Taste Namo Astu Te Sarvata Eva Sarva Ananta Viryamita Vikram Stvam Sarva Samapnoshi Tato Ashi Sarvaha. Translation: Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, Prabhu, want to read next?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Pranam. Sakheti matva prasabham yad uktam he Krishna he Yatava he Sakheti ajanta mahimanam tvadevam tavedam maya pramadat prananyena vapi yacharavastaram asad Kristosi vihara sayayasno bhujaneshu ekotavapya achyuta tad samkshamam tad shamye tvam aham apremeyam.
Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yatava, O my friend, not knowingly your glories. Please forgive me whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Oh,
Infallible
one, please excuse me for all those offenses.
Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvam asya pujyascha guru gariyan natvat samostya abhyadhikaha kuto nayo lokatrayopi apratima prabhava.
You are the father of this complete
Cosmic
manifestation of the moving and non-moving. You are its worshipable chief and supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can you be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds? O Lord of
immeasurable power.
immeasurable power.
Tasmat pranidhyakayam prasadye tvam aham isham idhyam piteva putrasya sakyuhu priyarhasi devo sodhum.
Translation. You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his child, of his son, a friend, the impertinence of a friend, or a husband, the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. Adrishtapurvam Hristosmi Drishva Vayena Cha Pravyatitam Mano Me Tad Eva Me Darshaya Deva Rupam Prasida Devesa Jagannivasa. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as a personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O Abode of the universe. Text 46. Kiritinam Tadinam Chakrahastam Ichchami Tvam Drashtum aham tattaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. Translation. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Śrī Bhagavan-uvaca Maya prasannena tava arjunedam rupam param darshitam atma yogat tejo mayam vishvam anantamadyam tanme tvad ayena nadrashta purvam. O Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. Naveda yajñātayainair nadhanair nacha kriyabhir na tapobhir ughrai evam rupa sakya aham nirloke dashtum tvad anyena kuru pravira. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world. Mate vyatamascha vimuda bhavo vishwarupam ghoram idrin mamedham vyapeta prita mana punaistvam tad eva me rupam idam prapasya. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let me be finished, my devotee. Be free again from all disturbances. with all peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Text 50. Sanjaya Vacha Iti Arjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayam Asa Bhuyaha Ashvasayam Asa Chabitam Enam Bhuktva Puna Saumya Vapur Mahatma. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, we have only 3 verses left. Anyone wants to do a short reading?
Prabhuji, can I do it, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtavedam Manushyam Rupam Tva Saumyam Janardana Idanim Asmi Samvataha Sachaitaha Prakritin Gataha. Translation. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind, and I am restored by my original nature." Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sudurdarsham idam rupam drishtvan asiyan mama deva apya asya rupasya Nityaṁ darshani kanikshinaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear. Naham vedairna tapasa nadanena chayaya sakya evam vido dristum Dristvan asimam yatha." The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. Bhaktya tva ananya sakya aham evam vido Arjuna jnatum dristum cha tatvena pravistum cha parantapa. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotion service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Mam karma krinmata mat paramo mat bhaktya sanga vrajatiha nirvairya sarva bhuteshu yahasamam eti pandava. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotion service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculations, he who works for me and who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So we move to the 12th chapter now, entitled Devotional Service. So Jaya Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Chapter 12, Text 1. Evam satato yukta ye bhaktasa tang parjupasate je ye chapak akharam abhaktam teshanke javavittamam. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Text 2. Moi abhishya manoye mang nitya yukta upashate sraddhaya paraya upeta te me yukta tamamatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. Yetakharam anirdesham abhaktam parjupashate sarvatragam achintang cha kutastham achalang dhrubam shangniyam indriya gramam sarvatra samabuddhaya te prapnubanti mameva sarvabhuta hite ratam. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone. Such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Kleshadhika tarastesham abhakta ashakta chetasham abhakta hi gatir dukkham dehadbhir abhapate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Text 6 and 7. Jetu sharvani karmani moi shanna shamatpara anonneno evo yogeno mang dhayanto upashate teshamaham samurdharta mrittu samsara sagorat bhavamina chirat partha moi abeshita chetasham. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me. O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Moi eva man adatsha moi buddhing niveshayo niboshi shashi moi eva tat ato urdhang na sangsayam. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Atho chittang samadhatung na shaknashi mai sthiram abhasho yagena tata mamicha aptung dhananjaya. My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me. Abhashe opi asamartha osi matkarma parama bhava madartham opi karmani kurvan siddhim avapshashi. If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhu. Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Sheetal Mataji's raised hand. Is it right? Ravi Prabhu want to read or Bhavani, maybe you want to read?
Ravi Prabhu is not here, Prabhuji.
So you wanted to read again?
Yes, if or I can if somebody else has had a chance, if they want a chance.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Devika Mataji, you can read it. And we'll come back to seconds if time permits.
Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa, devotees. Ataitat api ashaktuksi kartumad yogam ashritaha sarva karma palatyagam tatha kuru yatatmavan. Translation. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Text 12. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaja jnanat dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma palatyabhyas tyagaschanti anantaram. Translation. If you cannot do this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation. And better than meditation is renunciation of fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Text 13-14. Adveshta sarva bhutanam metra karuna evacha nirmamo niradhankaraha samadukha sukhakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drida nischaya mayarpita manobuddhi yomad bhakta same priyaha. Translation. One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Text 15. Yashmanu dvijate loko lokanu dvijate chayaha harsha bhayo dvige mukto ya sacha me priyaha. Translation. He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. Text 16. Anapekshaha suchidaksha udasino gata vyataha sarvarambha parityagi yomad bhakta same priyaha. Translation. My devotee, who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. Text 17. Yo nahi harshati na drishti na sochati na kakshati subha subha parityagi bhakti mamya same priyaha. Translation. One who neither rejoices nor grieves. Please cool down, Prabhuji. Thank you. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. Text 18 and 19. Sama Shatru Samitrecha Tatha Mana Pama Tatha Mana Pamana Yuha Shitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu Sama Sangha Virajitaha.
Tulya ninda stuti mauni santushto yena kinachit anikita stiramati bhakti mani priyo naraha. Translation: one who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Text 20. Yetu dharmamritam idam yatuktam pariyupasate shraddhadhana matparama bhaktaste tiva me priyaha. Translation: those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhu Bhakti. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Devikamataji. I will move on to the next chapter, entitled Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness, chapter 13. Ms. Baswati Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Guruji. Dhanyavad Pranam. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. Texts 1 to 2. Arjuna uvacha prakritim purusham chaiva kshetram kshetragyam ivacha etad veditum ichchami jnanam jnanyam cha keshava. Sri Bhagavan uvacha idam sariram kaunteya kshetram iti avidyate etad yo vetti tam prahuhu kshetra jnati tad vidaha. Arjuna said, "O my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field, and the knower of the field, and of knowledge, and the object of knowledge." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field." Text 3. Kshetragyam chapi vidhi sarva kshetreshu varata kshetra kshetragnayor jnanam yattaj jnanam matam mama. Ocean of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. Text 4. Tat kshetram yaccha yadraksha yadvikari yatascha yat sacha yo yat prabhavascha tat samasena me srinu. Now, please hear my brief description of this field of activity and how it is constituted, what its change are, whence it is produced, who that knower of the field of activities is, and what his influences are. Text 5. Rishivir bahudha gitam chandovir vividaya prithaka brahma shutra padaschaiva hetu madvir vinishchite. That knowledge of the field of activities and the knower of the activities is described by various sages in various Vedic writings. It is especially presented in Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning as to cause and effect. Text 6 to 7. Mahabhutani ahankaro buddhir abhyaktam evacha indriyani dashaikam cha pancha chendriya gocharaha ichha dveshaha sukham dukkham sanghatas chetana dhritihi etat shitram shamashena savikaram udartam. The five great elements, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses, and the mind, the 5 sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms, and convictions. All these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. Text 8 to 12. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahamsa shantir arjavam acharya pasanam shaucham sthiryam atma vinigraha indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vedhi dukha doshanu darshanam ashaktir anavisvanagaha putra dara grahadishu nityam cha samachittatvam istanisto papatishu mai chananya jogenya bhaktir abhyavicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsadi adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam etaj jnanam iti proktam agnanam yad atonyatha. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so who else wants to read and has not yet got chance yet? Puna, Mataji, you want to read some verses? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Sure, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you see? Can you share the screen, Prabhuji?
Yes, can you? I'm sharing, Mata.
Okay. Text 13. Jnanam yatta tapravakshyami yagya jnatva mritakma shrute anati mat param brahma na sattana saduchayate. Translation. I shall now explain the knowable, knowing which you will taste the eternal. Brahman, the spirit, beginless and subordinate to me, lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world. Text 14. Sarvatam padam tat sarvato shishiro mukham sarvata shrutmal loke sarvam avartya tistati. Translation. Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes, his head and faces, and he has ears everywhere. In this way, the super soul exists, pervading everything. Text 15. Sarvendriya guna vasam sarvedriya vivarjitam akshatam sarva vircha chaiva nirgunam gunavaktor cha. The super soul is the original source of all senses, yet he without senses. He is unattached, although he is the maintainer of all living beings. He transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is the master of all the modes of material nature. Text 16. Bahirantascha bhutanam archanam charam evacha sukshamatvat tad avijanayam durastham chantike chatat. The supreme truth exists outside and inside of all living beings, the moving and the non-moving, because he's subtle, he is beyond the power of material senses to see or to know, although far, far away. He is also near to all. Text 17. Avivaktam cha bhustesu vivaktam eva cha sthitam bhuta bhutar cha tajnyam garsinasu prava vishnu cha. Although the super soul appears to be divided among all beings, he is never divided. He is situated as one. Although he is the maintainer of every living entity, it is to be understood that he devours and develops all. Text 18. Jyotisam api tajyotis tamasa paramuchate jnanam jnanim jnanagamyam hrdi sarvasya vishitam. Translation: He is the source of light in all luminous object. He is beyond the darkness of the matter and unmanifested. He is knowledge, he is object of knowledge, and he is the goal of knowledge. He is situated in everyone's heart. Text 19. Iti kshetram tatha jnanam jnane choktam samasatam mudvakta etadvayaya madbhaktiyo papadayate. Translation: Thus the field of activities, the body, knowledge, and the knowable have been summarily described by me. Only my devotee can understand this thoroughly and thus attain my nature. Text 20. Prakritam purusham chaiva vidhi anadi ubhab api vikramascha gunamaschaiva vidhi prakriti sambhavan. Material nature and the living entities should be understood to be beginless. Their transformations and the modes of matter are product of material nature. Can I go more or Prabhuji? Text 21. Karya karna karta hetu prakriti ruchyate purusham sukhada khanam bhokta tve hetu ruchyate. Nature is said to be the cause of all material causes and effect, whereas the living entity is the cause of various sufferings and enjoyments in this world. Text 22. Purusha prakriti sodhi bhukta bhunkate prakriti jangunan karanam guna sangosya sad asad yoni janmasu. Translation: The living entity in the material nature is thus follows the way of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to the association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. Text 23. Upadrastanu manta cha bhrata bhokta maheshwara paramatmeti chapi ukto dehi asmin purushah para. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the supersoul. Text 24. Ye evam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunasaha sarvatha vartamanopi nasa bhuyo bhijayate. Translation. One who understands the philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity, and the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhuji.
So much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
We have 10 more verses. Anyone? Shital Mataji wanted to read?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhyane natmani pashyanti kechid atmanam atmana anye sankhyena yogena karma yogena chapare. Some perceive the super soul within themselves through meditation, others through the cultivation of knowledge, and still others through working without fruitive desires. Text 26. Anye tva evam ajananta shrutva nebhya upasate te api chati tarante eva mrityum shruti parayanaha. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death. Text 27. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam stavara jangamam kshetra shikragnya samyogat tadviddi bharatarshabha. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Text 28. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashya yatsva avinashyantam yaha pashyati sa pashyati. One who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies, and who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed, actually sees. Text 29. Samam paschyan hi sarvatra samam vashishtam ishwaram na hinasti atmananta manam tato yati paramam gatim. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus he approaches the transcendental destination. Text 30. Prakrityeva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasha ya paschati tathatman namkartar sa paschati. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and sees that the self does nothing, actually sees. Text 31. Yada bhuta prathak bhavam ekastham anupashyati tata eva che vistaram brahma sampadayete tada. Translation. When a sensible man ceases to see different identities due to different material bodies, and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. Text 32. Anadvitvam nirgunatvat paramatmayam avayayaha shariro asto api kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. Those with vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Arjuna, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled. Text 33. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyad akaksham no palyapate sarvatro vashishto dehe tathatmano nopalipyate. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all-pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. Text 34. Yatha prakashyat yekam kritsana lokamimam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha kshetranam kritsanam prakashayati bharata. O son of Bharat, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminates the entire body by consciousness. Text 35. Kshetra kshetragnyor evam anantaram dhyanam chakshusha bhuta prakritir moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. Those who see with the eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain the supreme goal. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji, and thank you so much to all the devotees for so nicely reading Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.